皆さん、こんにちは。このビデオでは、Minnaの日本語レッスン2の文法についてです。じゃあ、始めましょう。So the grammar notes for this particular lesson is the first one is demonstratives, where we have kore, sore, are. This is this and that. Then we have demonstratives that modify nouns. 例えば、この、その、あの。Then we're going to learn how to answer a yes or no question, a simple yes or no question. The next is going to be how to ask and answer questions that have two or more alternatives. So I'm asking you a question where you are getting to pick from two or more alternatives. So how to ask the question and how to answer the questions. Then we're going to be looking at another use of no, the particle no, and this time around how it just connects two nouns together. Then we're going to also look at how no can substitute a noun. It can totally substitute a noun. Then we're going to be looking at the prefix o, and then we'll be looking at the use of so desu ka. Hi. The first one is demonstratives, this and that. So it's これは財布です。これは財布です。So this is an example. This is a wallet. 財布 wallet. This is a wallet. As simple as that, just to demonstrate a particular thing. これは財布です。And it simply means that is close to me. It's close to the speaker. Now, if what I want to describe or it's close to the listener, it will be それ。それは本です。それは本です。That is a book. That is a book. Then if it's far from both me and the person listening to me, and then it's just like over there, it will be あれは車です。So let's say it's something is passing and we're both standing here and something far away is passing and I want to say, oh, that's a car. あれは車です。So it's like, that's a car over there. あれは車です。Now, we can also still use this demonstrative to ask, what is that? So, これ or so これは何ですか? It's like, what is this? それは何ですか is, what is that? Close to the speaker. And then if it's あれは何ですか? Very far from me and the speaker. So it's あれは何ですか? What is that? And then the answers can be either of these ones we've already touched on. So if it's これは何ですか? That person is there. So his own response will be それは because I'm asking これは is close to me. So let's say this, it's close to me. これは何ですか? And if the person is there and he wants to answer, his own answer will then become それは. So that is, because I'm like, what is this? And then his answer will be that is. And then he calls it, what's this? Earpod? Maybe earpod. Yeah, the next one. Now we're going to talk about how these demonstratives can modify nouns. So we have kono, sono, and ano. Now you cannot use this without a noun. A noun must always follow them. So 例えば kono saifu wa watashi no desu. Don't forget we had これは財布です. This is a wallet. Now when you want to now modify the noun, this particular wallet now, この財布 is mine. Watashi no desu. This wallet is mine. The next example, この本は高いです. この本は高いです. It's like, that book is expensive. So この本は高いです. That book is expensive. The next example, あの車は速いです. あの車は速いです. It's like maybe a car passed very fast and I'm like, あの車は速いです. So that car is fast. Then the next one, I want to ask who is that person. It will be あの方はどんな方ですか? あの方はどんな方ですか? If it's casual, I'm talking to somebody close to me, I can say あの人は誰ですか? あの人は誰ですか? Who is that person? あの人は誰ですか? But if you want to be polite, it's anokata wa donnatta desu ka? The next grammar point that we're going to look at is when you want to answer a question, like answering a yes or no question. 例えば、それは財布ですか? それは財布ですか? It's not close to me, so I'm asking the person, is that a wallet? If the answer is yes, the person can simply just answer, はい、そうです。はい、そうです. Yes, it is. If it's not, the person can simply answer, いいえ、違います. No, it's not. いいえ、違います. Another way that the person can answer with いいえ is to tell me what it is. So, 例えば、いいえ、カバンです. So I ask, それは財布ですか? If it was yes, it's はい、そうです. If it's no, it's いいえ、違います. Or you can also use いいえ、カバンです. So no, it's not a wallet, it's a bag. 次. This has to do with asking and answering questions that has two or more alternatives. 例えば、それは財布ですか? カバンですか? それは財布ですか? カバンですか? Is that a wallet or a bag? So there are two alternatives now. You can't just say hi, so this or iie chigaimasu. You need to specify what it is. So this is not a yes or no question. It's you picking from the alternatives what the answer is. So the answer could be saifu desu. But if it's a bag, you can just say kaban desu. As simple as that. The next one is how to connect two nouns with the particle no. 例えば、これは私の財布です。これは私の財布です。Now, that means this is my wallet. This is my wallet. The next one is これはカメラの本です。これはカメラの本です。Now, camera is a noun. Horn is also a noun. So this is a book about cameras. The no here. This is a book about cameras. これはカメラの本です。So this is how you can use no to connect two nouns. The next one is how no can substitute a noun. Now, no can substitute a noun when we have already talked about that particular noun. So we don't want to repeat the noun. An example, この財布はあなたのですか? That's a question. So we have already mentioned saifu. And then I want to ask, is this wallet yours? So instead of repeating saifu again, it just becomes we use no. So, この財布はあなたのですか? Is this wallet yours? My answer will be, はい、私のです. Yes, it's mine. はい、私のです. If the answer is no, いいえ、私のじゃありません. No, it's not mine. 私のじゃありません. Then I could also ask, あれは誰の CD ですか? あれは誰の CD ですか? You can use this particular form to ask this question of whose. So, 誰の becomes whose CD is that? あれは whose CD? So, あれは誰の CD ですか? Whose CD is that? じゃあ the next one is the prefix o. So, as I said, Japanese is a very contextual language, and there are times where you want to sound really polite and don't want to sound casual. So, in these situations, o sometimes is attached as a prefix to some words, and then it becomes polite. So, it's not like as if these words cannot exist on their own, but when o is added to them, they become polite. 例えば、お土産。お土産です。Souvenir. Osake. Osake is alcohol. Okashi. Okashi is sweet. And if you want it to be polite, then you add o. Namae is name. If it becomes polite, it becomes onamae. Onamae. Ohuro, bath. Huro is bath, but if it becomes polite, it becomes ohuro. Ohuro. So the last thing we're going to be looking at is how the use of so desu ka. So let's see this conversation between A and B. Konosaifu wa anata no desu ka? Is this wallet yours? Iie, watashi no ja arimasen. Elizabeth-san no desu. So it's not mine, it's Mrs. Elizabeth's, or it's for Mrs. Elizabeth. That's what it means. And then because this is a new information to me that asks the question, I would answer so desu ka. Yeah, so that's when you use so desu ka. When you are getting a new information, you and the speaker do not have, the listener and the speaker do not share that same information. Only the person saying it has that information. So if it comes to me, it becomes so desu ka. The difference between this one and so desu ne is that so desu ne, we share information, we share a particular condition. So that information is well known to me as it is to you. So the snare is just agreeing with you on that thing that we both already know. So that's the difference between so desu ka and so desu ne. Ja, minasan, let me know in the comment section. What is it that you understood more now? And then what is it that you would also like me to make a video to explain or to answer you in the comment section? Ja, see you in my next video. Matane!